If you've ever heard of Pele, the ancient goddess of fire and volcanoes, you probably know that she is not to be trifled with. When Pele first arrived at this place, now called Hawaii, she was locked in a fearsome battle with her elder sister, Namaka. As Pele and Namaka fought, Pele was pushed back and then pushed back and back again, moving from west to east. And each time Pele moved, her flaming plumes of lava would cool and harden into the rock of the land. When I was a young girl, this was one of my favorite stories, and my mom would share all kinds of legends of the Hawaiian Islands with me as my bedtime stories. And that was the inspiration behind this book, Aloha Everything. Now I know that Hawaiian stories are reflective of native knowledge of this place. For example, that legend of Pele's movement across the archipelago reflects the geographical and geological development of this land, with the westernmost islands being the eldest in the archipelago and the easternmost island, Hawaii, being the youngest. The Hawaiian people knew this. They knew this from deep observation, what we call kilo, of this place. They observed erosion patterns and coral reef development and all sorts of other phenomena that told them things about this land. How we perpetuate this kind of knowledge made it possible to promote stewardship of this place. My mother, she always told me that we came from a long line of storytellers and that this is our kuleana, our responsibility. And I dreamed of continuing this tradition of my ohana, of my family, and continuing to share these stories. My hope for Aloha Everything was always to create something that could continue to share the knowledge of our people for the next generation, for our keiki, our children. Aloha Everything is a story about a young girl who learns about her island home through the storytelling dance of Hawaii, the hula. Through the hula, she learns about the creation of the island, about the flora and fauna that live here with her, and about how to care for this land. Yes, her spirit was fierce. Every tide she would brave, with kukui nut eyes, keen to follow each wave. She was special indeed, but the island still knew there was much to be learned by that little girl too. While the mele rang proud, while the pahu drums rolled, men and women stepped forth, watched their stories unfold. They breathed life to the tales with each step and each song, generations of lore that the hula kept strong. And the girl, she beheld a tradition so true. From the hula, she learned. From the hula, she grew. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me today and for learning a little bit about Aloha Everything and the history of our islands. Thank you so much. Mahalo.